Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's section of reads. This should be on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca in case you're seeing it somewhere else. The dice and decks I'm using are listed below. Other than that, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's also below. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into your choice. Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Libra? Ace of Cups right out. It's all lined right up, which is fine. Something that's going to keep going forward in the future, too. Okay. Your card is over there. Your card is in the environment. What are you doing in the environment there? What are you doing? That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay. Ace of Cups showing up for you is kind of like, I feel like a random opportunity that is kind of freshening up the air in the room. You've been very... I don't feel like I've been stressing, but I've been like catching on to little things here and there. I've been, oh, that's it. Oh, what? Yeah, okay. I feel like I've been catching on to some things. I feel like I've been catching on. I don't know. I feel like I keep doing this for a reason. So maybe y'all know what I'm talking about better than I do. You've been hearing things, paying attention. I don't know how this is going to sound, but sometimes I'm one of the people that I kind of believe when you overhear something, maybe you're supposed to. Other people may not like it, but maybe you're supposed to. Like if they didn't really want you to hear it, maybe they should have been a little bit more careful where they said it. So, I feel like you've been listening though. I don't feel bad about it, really. Opportunity is starting to bring in some fresh air. This is starting, I think, slow. I think this is starting very slow. At least if you have something to work with, it's something to work with. But that Ace of Cups shows up with this Two of Wands, and there's this opportunity, but I feel like it's not directly for you yet. Yet. I feel like when this is showing up with the Ace or the Two of Wands, I'm seeing it, but I'm realizing that this Ace of Cups is maybe not just ready for me just yet. It's kind of like, I know that it's there, and I see it now, but maybe it's not time for me to claim it just yet. Not just yet. Because I keep getting like, it's a breath of fresh air, but I also see like some conservative, like, I'm not gonna go over there and do this just yet. I'm not gonna do that at this point. Hanged Man, organization. I feel like with the two of these cards together, it explains why very easily. If I do, I'm stepping out of standard, and there's going to be some type of fallout for that. And that version of fallout, I don't think is right. You either don't think it's right, or you're like, I'm not going to like it, or I don't like it because I don't think that's quite right. So one way or another, it's kind of like, not right yet, but I see it, and I know it's there. So it's something to think about. Can I get it later? What else needs to happen here? Maybe I need to just kind of research this a little bit further first. Breath of fresh air, something to think about, something to work with. The social energy seems fine. I don't see anybody giving you a hard time. I do feel like some people think that they have the monopoly on the situation. The monopoly on the situation? Like it's theirs, and they get to decide what will and will not happen. Almost like you need their approval before you do this or you do that, which may not be quite true. They're also very busy, and they're not overly paying attention to you at this point, which might be why you're kind of holding back. Kind of like, before I start going for this Ace of Cups, which I may or may not in the future, I want to make sure this energy stays busy so it doesn't realize what I'm doing. Not in a negative way, but more in a sense of like, I don't want this energy to get in my way needlessly. And if they don't realize what I'm doing, if they're not overly paying attention to me, I can look around and see what I need to see without causing any type of perceived alarm. This isn't a bad card. I do feel like it's not really compatible with you at this time because it's very independent and plans to stay that way. And it does feel like the only reason it would become a problem for you is if for some reason, whether it's true or not, if it thinks you're going to disrupt its anonymity, by anonymity, then it's going to be a problem for you. But I really don't think you're going to be upsetting that. But if they get the impression that you might, then there could be a problem. And it's like, if they get the impression that you might, they're going to get in your way and cause you problems that you don't want nor need. So I feel like I'm being very careful and cautious about how I'm dealing with that energy, and I'm not trying to set off any type of emotional alarms. As you keep going forward, there's going to be some very detailed information. Can I just get a roll on that? This is you're going to get some detailed information. This energy pops up again, but it seems to not like this. They're kind of giving you a heads up about somebody who seems to be very independent, but if they see what you're doing, they can become a problem for you just because they're going to get insecure and feel like you're going to cause them an issue. That you might be able to upset their peace, you might be able to upset their tranquility. Doesn't mean you're doing that, but if they perceive it that way, they're going to become an issue. So be careful with that energy if you can figure out who that is. I know this is a general read, but if you can figure out who that is, tread very carefully because that person could become a problem. Not because you're doing anything wrong or not because you're doing anything that could harm them, but they might think you are. I can't reiterate that enough. Because I see you getting the details. I see you getting some very like, okay, this is how this is. There's not a lot of negotiability with this. It is what it is, and that's what it is. Here's the boundaries. This is the truth of that. This is how that has to go. There's a couple pieces of this that are a little critical, but I need the information. This Ace of Cups is still yours. It's there. It just hasn't been claimed yet. But they're also saying when this information comes forward, remember your Libra. You see things your own way. You're able to negotiate things your own way, which is another reason why this card may not be happy with you, whoever this person is. They have a certain version, a certain way this works for them. You may have another version you can create that's not exactly what they have, but something that they might be a little bit jealous of, that you get something that they don't. That's why we want to keep that over to the side. Their business is just that, theirs. You don't have to get locked into the way they do things. You're Libra. Negotiability, talking things out, seeing possibilities, that's a big strength of Libra. When you get the information, it's going to look like there's very critical boundaries. It's easy to lock into that and just believe it. You don't have to. What you can do is look at stuff, gather the information, and then kind of let it sit for a minute. Let it sit for a minute. Go check out something else for a while. And then connect with your social network and find out what else is possible here. Get into your negotiation. What is people? There's something about that. That card is bothering me still. So I feel like I haven't totally. Be careful. You have a chance to create something the way you want it. Other people and how they have to live life that's them. That's them. If you're able to get into this situation and create a version of it that's different but still works and you're more comfortable, once you've established it, that might be something you can share with others. But until you've established it, I don't think that's going to happen. This is something that this other energy might benefit from long term, won't be very open to it in the beginning. So be careful, do it your way, step back, negotiate things, touch base with people. Why does this have to go this way? Oh, it doesn't really have to go that way. Why has this been going this way? Oh, that's why this has been going that way. But it could work this way. It would still actually work. I know they won't allow it, but it could still work. Okay, that's interesting. Do the Libra thing. Figure it out. Why does this work the way it does? You'll find ways you can change it more to your liking. What is that? This is very interesting because there's more negotiability here that is not just showing up. This is negotiability that has to be carefully worked. Like, it reminds me of clay. You get a block of clay. When you first get it, it's really hard, especially if it's cold, and it's just hard to move. You got to kind of move it with your hands. You got to warm it up a bit so you can make it more malleable. Once you get it to a nice consistency and you got it moving around, you can do a lot with it, and it's very enjoyable, very fun to actually work with, in my opinion. But it's going to take a minute to really like soften it up and get it malleable. Is malleable the right word? You know, get it so it can move. Got to massage it a bit. There is a lot of energy here that wants to advance or evolve, and it hasn't had that opportunity in the longest time. Your energy might be very fresh, and you're very smart. You know that we can't be just running with scissors. You know we can't be running with scissors. And there are certain things in this situation that are the emotional equivalent of running with scissors, and you will quickly catch on to what that is. And you'll make sure, like, this is how we're going to keep the scissors safe over here in this little drawer. So nobody's running with the scissors. It's over here in the drawer. And in fact, I can lock that drawer if you want me to. I don't think we need to. And then you're just, I feel like you're going to address, like, this is where this is safe. This is where this is safe. This is where this is safe. And now that we know that everything is safe, here's our possibilities. This energy does want to evolve. It does. So as things keep moving forward, after that, and people feel more safe, that's where the star card come in. Possibilities, a lot of communication. You might inspire somebody to change things themselves first. Safe travel is like, this isn't, by this point, it should be working well. It should be going well. We just got to get it to this point to make that happen, but it is definitely here on the table for you. This other energy, it's not really against you. But if it feels like you're going to upset, if it feels you're going to upset its peace, I'm telling you, it's going to come out of the corner like, it's going to be like a trap rat. It's going to come at you and it's going to try to kill you. It's not good. When things start coming forward, it's not going to want to at first. It needs to understand that its peace is not being threatened. Once it understands that its peace is not being threatened, possibility or changes will come forward, and they may be open to it a little bit more than expected. But they're saying avoid it at first. Find out what you need to find out first. Negotiate it first. Work out a different way to do it first. Let somebody else take the lead and let them try it first. And then after somebody else tries it, you can talk positively to this energy over here and say, like, hey, you might have possibilities too. I don't think you have to change, but you might have the ability to do that too. This other person did it and they liked it. Then you could get this energy more on your side. And then also, as needed, you'll change into it yourself. I'm getting those changes might be applicable to you as well. I feel like a lot of this is like finding a successful way to deal with this energy and keeping it on the positive keel with you. And then helping it evolve later when things are appropriate, where this energy will be more compatible with that. And then also making sure you get your opportunity too, and that you get to claim your Ace of Cups along with it. It takes a bit of working. It takes a bit of molding. It's not just going to be like, oh, I just need to go pick it up. This is more like it's going to take a bit of work. But you definitely have it. This is like in your wheelhouse. Remember your strengths. Remember your gifts. Just make sure you use them to your benefit. Work it very easily, very carefully, and this could be a great thing. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.